Another warm one out there this June. We have Leslie Lopez with a first look at your forecast.
Yeah, hey, good morning. That's exactly right. And it's going to be another warm, sunny day here in Southern California. Above average temperatures are still going to stick around. So we aren't going to see much in the way of changes all the way through about Thursday. We're going to stay above average. Then on Friday, there's a slight cool down on the way. And for the weekend, we're going to be heating up yet again. So we are doing pretty well, though. We do have these heat advisories that are still hanging on in the high deserts. There was a little bit of rain out towards some of the desert areas, a little bit farther north into Kern County. And then here at home, downtown Los Angeles, you're up to 82 degrees, heading out towards Orange County about 82, and then you make your way out towards the Valley's Inland Empire about 94 degrees on the way. So it is going to be warmer, breezy too at times. And then if you are traveling out the door for areas closer towards the coastline, 76. Our mountains are going to get up to about 82, and then the high desert areas 103 degrees today. We'll have more coming up in a full forecast in just a little bit. We're going to talk more about some changes that will include, well, maybe a warm up for the weekend. Over to you, John, Rachel, and Irene.
So a warmer warm-up. Okay.
Warm-up.
Thanks, Leslie. New this morning, a brush fire near the 134 freeway near Forest Lawn. This started around 1:30 this morning. Crews on the ground were quick to respond. Firefighters even got help from a water-dropping helicopter. It appears the fire burned just about an acre and still not clear how it all started.
A firefighter who was critically hurt in an explosion in Encino is back home this morning. That fiery blast happened yesterday afternoon at a homeless encampment in the Sepulveda Basin.
Our dear brother is in there in extreme pain, and we want to know what exploded, why, and how did this fire start.
The original call was for a brush fire, but the LAFD says a device by the encampment exploded. Firefighters said they found what appears to be a grenade. The injured firefighter was airlifted to Northridge Hospital. He suffered burns to his face and ear. 10 other firefighters were also evaluated for minor injuries. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
The Los Angeles City Council says it wants answers and is looking to take action today after Burbank police officers appeared to drop a homeless man off in North Hollywood. Eyewitness News reporter Jaysha Patel live in downtown LA with this story. Jaysha.
Yeah, good morning, Rachel. Well, that video was released by the LA City Council president's office, and he calls what happened cruel and inhumane. Let's take a closer look at that released video. You can see two Burbank PD officers pull up in a patrol car, take out an injured homeless man, remove his handcuffs, and then they leave him where he eventually lays down on the sidewalk. This is just steps away from LA City Council President Paul Krikorian's district office over in North Hollywood. Now, he says the homeless man was clearly experiencing a mental health crisis as well as physical injuries. And Krikorian says the man was being treated at Providence St. Joseph Medical Center over in Burbank for a broken leg when police were called because he became unruly. The Burbank Police Department says they were initially called to the hospital for reports of a naked man at a bus stop, and they say that the man eventually got dressed, got into the patrol vehicle, and asked to be dropped off in the North Hollywood area. The Burbank Police Department says they're conducting an in-depth investigation, and today's council motion calls for this incident to be investigated by the city attorney, LA County District Attorney, and Attorney General of California. It calls for them to look into the ongoing alleged practice of dumping homeless people in another jurisdiction, and the motion also demands answers from the Burbank Police Department on their policies regarding homeless people. Back out here, that LA City Council meeting is expected to start at 10 a.m. this morning. In downtown LA, Jaysha Patel, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Jaysha, thank you. LA Mayor Karen Bass says she's taking action after the chaos we saw outside a Pico Robertson synagogue. As Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter tells us, the mayor now vowing it's not going to happen again.
Violent clashes outside the Adas Torah synagogue.
As soon as I came, someone gave me a straight to the nose.
In what local leaders say was a coordinated attack on the Jewish community.
This violence would have been unacceptable anywhere in Los Angeles, but that this protest was planned and carried out in front of a synagogue in the heart of LA's Jewish community on a Sunday afternoon is completely indefensible.
Officials making a united stand condemning the violence and hate.
What we witnessed was anti-Semitism in the heart of one of our Jewish communities. This violence was designed to stoke fear. It was designed to divide. But hear me loud and clear, it will fail.
President Biden also condemning the violence. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators say they gathered to protest a real estate event at the synagogue, which was offering land for sale in the West Bank. But Jewish community members targeted the violence say it was more than just a protest.
There was a coordinated attack against the Jewish community by people who had planned and prepared and dressed a certain way and brought certain equipment so that they can try to intimidate and attack a community.
Officers in riot gear finally breaking up the crowd of about 150. The LAPD vowing to improve their response to the changing conflicts.
The strategy or tactics that we saw yesterday were a little different than what we had seen previously, meaning the way these protesters arrived in waves was something different.
Mayor Bass promising to create better ways to keep the Jewish community safe, especially at places of worship. The LAPD has stepped up patrols throughout the area here as well as around synagogues across the city. In Pico, Robertson, Leanne Suter, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
The city of Santa Paula is warning people who live there not to drink the water. Officials discovered a break-in at a reservoir storage tank. The city is now testing the water supply. City leaders say don't use tap water, don't try to boil it or treat it, use bottled water instead. Drinkable water is available at the water treatment plant behind the Main Street Community Center. Bring your own container from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
All right. Hey, good morning. Temperatures today, we're going to see those 70s around. It looks like 70s for areas of Los Angeles and Orange County. Just to get you going through this morning, it looks like we're going to probably get right into the 70s in some areas already this morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like we'll have some 70s along the coastline even. 69, though, for the majority.